when you go, you hire coaches, and there are guys that obviously when you're in this business, you see a lot of film and you watch teams and you go, boy, that team looks really well coached. I wonder who their coordinator is, and you kind of dive in those kind of things and you try to understand, who's doing things right and who's responsible for it. And you keep a list of coaches all the time, and not only that you may want to talk to, but at some point you may want to potentially hire. Well, I got a pretty good taste of Joe Gillespie having played against him, those years from when I was at SMU and he was at Tulsa. So I kind of knew their scheme. I was obviously thought it was a difficult scheme to score points against, move the ball against consistently. I felt like it was different than what was being run in this league other than Iowa State. I felt like it was a good fit for the Big 12. So that got him on the list, and so what happened at that point was I sat down and I met him, spent some time with him, and 5 minutes into the deal, I was like, well, this is the guy, and it's very easy to see that because, hiring the right people is most important. You just have to find the right people, and Joe Gillespie's a teacher. He is someone who cares deeply about his players. He's a great communicator. He has absolutely no ego. Works very, very hard. Is a good recruiter. I mean, just all the things that you want your defensive coordinator to be. He's that, and then some. And so, I was very fortunate to get him here. I'm sure as things move along, it'll be difficult to hold on to him. But that's what you want. You want to hire people that other people want because they're successful. And he's going to have a real bright future. And, I think our players really, really like playing for him. I think he's got a great methodology and way of teaching and makes players better. And certainly builds relationships with guys as well. And so can't say enough positive things about him.
Has anybody teased you at all? Have any of your friends in the last month or so kind of teased you or had fun with you about this is your first year?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. The guy that always gives me a hard time about that's Mack Brown. Mack will shoot me a text occasionally and go like, hey, you might want to mix in a loss or something, It's kind of did the same thing at SMU when we were 10-0 in year two and kind of faltered down the stretch a little bit. But, look, you just – you know how this business is. You just try to do your best, keep your head down, not worry about it, and say, look, we'll deal with it with all the expectations and all that stuff at some other point. Look, I know this. I'd a lot rather this be my first year than my first year at Cal, which was 1-11. So I'll take this any day.
What advice do you think your dad would be giving you this week?
Dance with who brung you. You know what I mean? I think he would give me the old Darrell Royal quote. I mean, look, just do what you've done. It's worked, got you here. And so just keep doing what you're doing and be the same person. I think that's going to be our message to our players is, look, we don't have to do anything different than what we've done. We got to play better. It's important to play better. As you go through the season, you play better opponents. You have to play better. You have to make fewer mistakes. But, we're going to play hard. We're going to play hard for 60 minutes. We're going to play as physical as we can. And if we execute at a high level, then things will be just fine.
More questions, now you all players.
Coach, Lincoln Riley said he was going to become the biggest TCU fan come Monday night for his little brother. What do you have to say?
Yeah. No, I'm hoping to get to see Lincoln, spend some time with him. Really want to get over and see his fancy house. I know he's got a big fancy house over there in Southern California, so maybe I can sneak over there and check it out. Yeah, but look, Lincoln's a great guy. Obviously, I know he's excited for Garrett. And it'll be good to see him, spend some time with him.
From when you looked at your phone and went, oh, wow, that's kind of cool.
Who called me after the game was Marshawn Lynch. So that was cool to get to talk to Marshawn. Marshawn and I got to be pretty close when I was at Cal, and love Marshawn. He's got a great heart. That guy's done more for Oakland than anybody that you can imagine. And we got to know each other through the Boys and Girls Club and obviously his time at Cal and have some mutual friends. And it was great to catch up with him. I invited him to the game, but he told me he was going to Italy instead. So I can't blame him. Okay, appreciate you guys. All right.